Hello and welcome to UB Safer Campus's video on healthy relationships. Is this love? This video is designed to inspire you to make our campus the safest it can be by reviewing our own relationships and checking in on our peers. Everyone deserves a healthy relationship, but what does a healthy relationship actually entail? The first sign of a healthy relationship is that both partners are comfortable with the pace at which it is moving. Whether this is how quickly you introduce each other to your friends and family, or how quickly you initiate a sexually intimate relationship, the pace should be enjoyable and mutually agreed upon. Relationships should also have honesty. You should be free to speak your mind without fear of how your partner responds. You should respect one another's values and beliefs and also have respect for the person as a whole, including their accomplishments and passions. Relationships should be full of kindness as well. You want to be a caring and supportive partner and provide them with a space where they feel comfortable to be themselves. Learning how to respectfully work through issues and disagreements in a kind way is an important aspect of relationships. Partners will disagree, that's a given. But in a healthy relationship, we can navigate these conversations respectfully and take responsibility for our own actions. Trust and loyalty are a hallmark of relationships. You should be confident that your partner won't cheat on you or negatively affect your close relationships. In a healthy relationship, you should also feel you still have independence. Everyone needs time alone to recharge, engage in our hobbies, and spend time with friends and family. Spending all of your time with your partner and not feeling free to do things independently is a sign your relationship may be unhealthy. Also, equality is key to a healthy relationship. No partner should have power and control over the other. Both partners should contribute equally to the relationship and leverage each other's strengths for the success of the relationship. Lastly, relationships should be fun. You should enjoy spending time with your partner and look forward to being with them. Now let's look at the characteristics of an unhealthy relationship. Not all relationships are created equally, and not all relationships are perfect. If your relationship includes one of these characteristics, it might be beneficial to reflect on your relationship and your behaviors and work with your partner to improve and grow. Relationships should lack intensity, manipulation, and sabotage. You and your partner should refrain from controlling one another's decisions and actions and purposely ruining one another's reputation, achievements, or success. A healthy relationship includes calm and level-headed conversations and avoids extreme and overwhelming behavior. The way we speak to our partners is important too. Unhealthy relationships may involve belittling or guilting. It is never your partner's responsibility to keep you happy, and we must never make it seem like it's their responsibility for how we act. When we are upset with our partners, using language that puts down your partner or makes them feel bad about themselves isn't productive or helpful. Our relationships must also include healthy boundaries. You should feel free to spend time away from your partner and make independent decisions about what you do or who you spend time with. If you or your partner isolate one another from your friends or families, or you feel like you must spend all of your time with your partner alone, your relationship is probably unhealthy and you should speak to each other about implementing boundaries with each other. Lastly, healthy relationships should have honesty and loyalty. No one deserves a partner who cheats on you and lies to you. Speak to your friends and family about how you can confront your partner and safely exit the relationship. You may have heard the term gaslighting before. This can be a sign that your relationship is unhealthy. Gaslighting is a type of manipulation where the manipulator is trying to get someone else or a group of people to question their own reality, memory, or perceptions. It can sound like, "You're crazy, that never happened," or "You don't know what you're talking about." "You're just imagining things. It sounds like you need help, that didn't happen." And "You're delusional, you're remembering everything wrong." Know that any pattern of behaviors used by one partner to maintain power and control over another partner in an intimate relationship is unhealthy. The pattern of unhealthy behaviors is what turns an unhealthy relationship into domestic or dating violence or abuse. As previously mentioned, domestic violence involves a pattern of unhealthy behaviors. To demonstrate this, there is a graphic outlining the cycle of abuse. It begins with tension building where there is a breakdown of communication. Next, an incident happens. This could be verbal, physical, or emotional abuse. Next, reconciliation occurs. The abuser apologizes but gaslights the victim, not taking responsibility for their actions, but then promises it won't happen again. Then there is a time of calm. This is often called the honeymoon phase. Over time, tension starts building again, and the cycle of abuse just repeats itself. Here's an example of the cycle of abuse. Say you have to stay late for work one day, and your partner is angry when you get home. They say, "You should have told me you weren't coming home at your usual time." You then have a night out with your friends, and you come home at 11:15 when you told your partner you were coming home at 11. Your partner gets angry, texted you 15 times, and is waiting by the door when you get home. They get in your face, asking you why you're late, and accuse you of cheating on them. They end up punching the wall when they don't believe that you just got caught up talking to your friends at dinner. Eventually, after getting upset, your partner apologizes, saying they'll never do it again, and that they were just worried about you. Then things are fine. Everything goes back to normal, and you make sure to update your partner when you won't be home at the usual time. But after some time, you hit traffic coming home and get home late. Your partner gets upset and yells at you for not being home on time. Then another incident occurs, and the cycle repeats itself. When the cycle keeps occurring, your relationship and your safety may be in danger. Relationships exist on a spectrum. Not every relationship with unhealthy characteristics is considered abuse. Let's look at where the lines are between healthy, unhealthy, and abusive. A healthy relationship includes strong communication. Over time, partners may stop communicating with each other when problems arise, which is unhealthy. When the communication becomes harmful and threatening, that is when the relationship becomes abusive. Another example is sexual choices. When partners mutually agree on sexual choices, which includes consent and boundaries, the relationship is healthy. When pressure or coercion occurs in the bedroom, the relationship is moving towards abuse. Any sexual activity that lacks consent or forces pregnancy is abusive and should stop. There are many examples on this slide that demonstrate the lines between healthy, unhealthy, and abusive relationships. I invite you to pause the video to read more about each behavior or characteristic. It's important to know that relationships aren't perfect. We model our relationships after the relationships we were exposed to growing up, which means you may have learned some unhealthy behaviors. Partners argue. That's normal. The difference in a healthy relationship is that the partner takes responsibility and makes efforts to improve. We are all not born with the ability to be the best partner. We must work to learn how to be healthy and supportive partners and actively practice these skills. A great tool for reflecting on our own relationships is the rule of the golden ratio. This means that for every one negative interaction or issue in a relationship, there should be at least 5 positive interactions. Ideally, a relationship has more positive interactions per one negative interaction, such as a ratio of 10-1. The ratio is not a hard and fast rule, though, but we deserve a fun and loving relationship, and reflecting on how often you feel supported in your relationship can help you decide if the relationship is best for you. It is important to know that abusive partners will not stop seeking more power and control. The University of Bridgeport has a strong relationship with the Center for Family Justice, a local organization dedicated to supporting victims and families who experience violence. These 24-hour hotlines are available to you should you wish to speak to someone about your situation. You may be feeling confident in the health of your relationship, but perhaps this video has raised concerns about a friend or family member's relationship. So, what can you do to help? First of all, it's crucial you approach your friend in a kind and loving way. Try to listen without blaming and validate your friend's experience. Let them lead the conversation. You can show your support by appealing to friendship and saying things like, "As your friend, I worry about your safety. You don't deserve to be treated that way." Your friend may be experiencing mixed feelings, and although they know the relationship is unhealthy, they still love their partner. Validate those feelings. In the next few slides, you will learn about a few resources you can introduce your friend to. Let them know that you are there to support them and can help them access these resources if they'd like. If they express that they don't want to talk to any of the resources, be kind and respectful of their decision. If you are unsure how to help your friend, reach out to the Center for Family Justice for support. At the University of Bridgeport, we are dedicated to preventing and stopping violence. If you would like to speak to someone but don't want the school to know or investigate the issue, these resources are here for you. You may pause the video now to take a photo of the contact information to keep. In addition to utilizing the confidential resources on the previous slide, you can report your experience to these 3 resources so that the university can take action and investigate the issues. Know that even if you decide to report the incident, you don't have to participate in the investigation. And in some cases, you can request that no investigation be conducted, as long as there is no threat to the rest of the campus and community. Furthermore, although these resources are not considered confidential, your information will always remain private and kept between only a handful of campus staff that are responsible for handling these reports. It is also important to know that all faculty and staff at UB, with the exception of the staff at the Counseling Center and Health Services, are mandated to refer any victims who disclose an incident to the Title IX office. They do this through a secure form on the UB website. Again, though the incident must be reported to the university, your information will be kept secure and other faculty and staff members will not be told. If you are seeking outside resources, these 4 are great options. There are efforts to prevent violence and support victims at the national and state level, and all of these websites have an expansive list of resources and information for you. Finally, I would like to state that this video was supported by a grant awarded by the Office on Violence Against Women, which is a part of the United States Department of Justice. The opinions, findings, conclusions, and recommendations expressed in this video are those of the author and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Department of Justice or Office on Violence Against Women. If you are looking for more information on domestic violence, dating violence, sexual assault, or stalking, or you need help connecting to resources, please reach out to ubridgeportsafercampus@gmail.com.